So I put some of that log builder caulk in there. Now I'm going to try a little water and surgical glove and try and smooth it out and clean it up a little bit, and hopefully that'll seal up some of those cracks pretty nice. Well, I got some started on there. It's a little bit harder to work than a lot of the caulks. It's a little bit softer, but it seems to set up fairly quickly, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll dry, and then maybe I'll even try and put a little stain over it just to see if it says it's supposed to be stainable, so we'll see. They talk about putting it on wood that's already stained, but I'm kind of doing it in reverse, which hopefully it won't be an issue. That's why I want to try a little bit after it dries enough and see how it takes the stain. Well, here's this bottom log with caulking placed in it. It's the next morning now. We had a thunderstorm come through, so I had to quit early yesterday. And but there's still some spots where, like, if I can get up here closer, where some of the caulking is thicker and wider, that I gonna wait, let it dry. It's supposed to be up close to 80 today, so it should dry up a little better, although this particular caulking is supposed to stay flexible, and that's why it works so well with the log buildings, because it can expand and contract a little, although I don't know that there's a lot of that going on in this cabin after 37 years, but anyway, I'll keep working, try and get this wall caulked up, and then I'll work at taking the Osborne brush on one of the other walls and working on the surface of that. So you can see that there is quite a bit of difference. It's taken off a lot of the surface darkening and so forth. So, and with that dark stain, I mean, I don't know if it's going to matter a whole lot if you get it too much better than that, but I'm going to try just a couple things to see if it works any better or adds anything for the amount of time and that. But anyway, I'll keep going on that. I don't need to film a whole lot more of it because obviously you know what's going on here, so I'll give you kind of progress reports off and on. Okay, there it is. That side is done, at least as much as I'm going to do, because I think that that dark stain is going to cover up pretty much everything. So I polished the logs with the Osborne brush, got a lot of the dirt and different things off from it, so that'll definitely help. So I need to do just a couple of spots here where I need to caulk a little bit. So I'll do that yet today, and then I don't know, maybe stain that tomorrow, probably. I don't know if I'll get to it tonight. Another little cloud coming over with some dark in it that might spit a little rain, but we'll see. So anyway, that's a big job. That tool works very well. I'm very happy with it. Again, I had to work around the electric and the fiber optic box. I didn't get that cleaned up quite as much, but I don't want to mess with those utilities at all. So anyway, well, we'll see what the next task will be. Good morning. It's Saturday, July 29th. Today's project will be to start staining this north wall on the cabin, and that. We'll see how that goes. It's a gorgeous day, nice and mild, warm now, a little breeze and that, so kind of a perfect morning. So I'll be interested to see how these logs take that stain and that. So we'll get started, and I'll show you some progress as we go along. Well, there's the start of it. Actually, stain goes on pretty good, and it does seem to cover up that caulking. It doesn't take quite as much to work it in as it did on the white pine on the addition, so the logs seem to take it a little bit better, quicker anyway. So I think I'm going to finish this section, and then I'll move up on the ladder when the bucket of paint is down, so it's not so heavy to carry up there. Be a lot of up and down on the ladder, but that's okay. I don't want to get too high, because then I'll be having to put the ladder up on the stained project. But it seems to be drying quick today because the weather's so nice too. So yeah, it's looking good. Well, there it is. The north wall is all stained. It took me about 4.5 hours to do this job, at least this wall. A lot up and down on the ladder, of course, to get about 2/3 of it. So I'm glad that that part's done. So anyway, sure looks good, I think. Well, I worked on the east wall here. I think I have 3 rows of logs there. I've got the rest of it done, except for those top 3. And then I've got this corner here to do, and I've got the opposite corner to do, and that will do it for the staining. It's about 6:45 now. I've been at it since just before 10 a.m. I took one break for lunch, but now the bugs are starting to come out, so it's time to call it a night, and I'll finish that up in the morning, assuming the weather's supposed to be okay, which they're predicting. So again, we're getting close.